Last night, he'll make it easily into 10 million homes, and then after the story breaks, he's going to make it into another maybe 5-10 million there.
In the last ever Snap, Cackle and Pop, Richard Bacon becomes an American showbiz sensation.
Apparently, you told a journalist, listen to this quote, she tells me Richard is really cute and I'd love to meet him.
Aww.
Did you say that?
Our very own Richard Bacon's outrageous interview tactics have sent shockwaves across America.
Britney and Justin are over, so who just proposed to Miss Spears?
Britney set the record straight about her love life on The Big Breakfast.
Our host Richard Bacon had a big surprise for the pop star.
Yes, The Big Breakfast scooped the world when Britney Spears let slip to Richard Bacon that she's officially out of sync with Justin Timberlake.
I'm single right now.
After weeks of speculation, American newspapers, radio and TV shows jumped on the back of Bacon's sizzling story.
Richard, you scooped the world on this. We've been trying to find this story for weeks and weeks and couldn't get it, so congratulations, mate.
If all that wasn't enough, Richard's romantic marriage proposal really did it again, getting stateside hacks in a flat with the magic moment shown on a staggering 13 channels.
Britney Spears, light of my life, will you make me the happiest man in the world by becoming my wife?
This is a TV show.
Yes, I will.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Thank you.
After Britney signed on the dotted line, the touching event was snapped up by both Access Hollywood and Entertainment Tonight, America's prestigious showbiz mainstays. And after seeing our Britney the Bride stitch-up, legendary Access Hollywood anchorman Pat O'Brien knew we'd hog the headlines.
Last night, he'll make it easily into 10 million homes, and then after the story breaks, he's going to make it into another maybe 5-10 million there.
Kiss DJs Billy Vogt and Janet Snyder even invited Bacon onto their New York radio show to spill the beans.
He was able to do it on his television show, get Britney Spears to admit, I am single now, and we just totally flipped out.
We're all just down on our knees bowing to you guys at Big Breakfast because you got the story that nobody could in America.
So it may be goodbye to the Big Breakfast, but it's hello to stardom in the States for our boy Bacon.
Millions of people saw Richard Bacon here in America, and by the way, if you need a resume tape, it just went out all over the country.
Except we've got Zach. Now, Zach, you're the air guitar champion. Can you do us a bit of air guitar?
Of course I can. Ready?
I can't. You have to. Zach just saw my fanny. I don't believe it. And he did. Look at the smile on his face. And lastly, we've got the ukulele boys. Now, Frank, you were a young fogey, weren't you?
Yes, I
And you've got your brother with you now. Who's this?
Daddy.
Yeah. Okay, you're going to give us a little go on the ukulele. Go on. When I'm cleaning windows, go! On today's show.
Next up, we find out how over here.
Now to Mike McClean, who's out there somewhere with our giant gnome. Mike, how's it going?
It's going well, Richard. Just to let you know that we're actually now a stone's throw away from the final destination of the much-loved Big Breakfast Gnome. It's something that I've loved to see every day at work, not in a sick way, more in a Viking way. But I can tell you now that this gnome is going to have the chance to bring some sunshine to an otherwise drab setting. We know its owners are going to be very pleased with him. I can assure the viewers that it is a him and not a her. I've had a look. And it's going to be where it belongs. Trust me. This is Channel 4. You're watching the very last Big Breakfast. We'll see you after the break.
To the Big Breakfast. You're going off here. Bye. Bye. Sorry to see you go.
Thank you very much. Welcome to the crunch, everyone.
8:42.
Zig, what?
Just
What are you cleaning up?
Yeah, well, no.
Oh, really?
I've got a brush here, the sort of tools of the trade for my next job.
Oh, Zig, you do it? Yeah.
Well, you know what? Well, I do, Bacon.
Hi, Bacon, my boy.
All right, Zach, all right,
Two cheese,
Zig.
Milky.
I thought by now you would drop that joke.
No, we're going to stick with it to the end.
To the very end. Well, it's the last show. Try something different.
No. Zig reckons he's got a new job, though. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's maybe sweeping cleaning.
What is it? Is it sweeping up?
No. What is it, Ziggy?
I'm going to be a pole dancer.
Oh,
I've been talking to Squeaky, and he reckons that's a pretty good way to go for me.
A pole dancer?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, have a listen, right? This is my music, okay?
Okay.
Oh,
here we go.
There's images in my head that will never go away.
I put a fiver in your song.
Oh, don't encourage him, please. Oh, get off.
Not there, mate.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Listen, enough
of this nonsense.
Listen, I think what we should do really is bring our guest on because it's a special guest.
Very special guest.
I know that you're excited.
I certainly am. She's a lovely lady. It's Lucy Benjamin from EastEnders.
Did you see me pole dancing?
The best pole dancing I've ever seen in my life. Not that I know pole dancing. I'll give it to you later.
Now, aren't you supposed to be getting married tonight on EastEnders?
Yes, I am. It's very exciting.
Isn't it unlucky to appear with a couple of aliens on a TV show on your big day?
Well, I don't know what Mark will think of that, but you know.
Can I be a bridesmaid?
Huh?
You'd look good in a nice blancmange outfit, yeah.
Oh, okay, really?
Yeah, of course.
Zig's gonna be a bridesmaid!
Yeah.
How embarrassing! To be his brother!
I think what we should do, guys, is have a look at your big day.
Can we see a clip? It's like, oh, God.
Go on.
You have both made the declaration as prescribed in law. You have made a legal and binding contract with each other in the presence of your witnesses and guests. It gives me great pleasure to declare you husband and wife.
I love you, Mark Fowler.
You look so happy there.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Now, in the real world, in real life,
Yeah.
you date Phil Mitchell.
I do, yeah.
Has he ever annoyed you enough that you'd shoot him?
Funny you should say that.
Really?
Funny you should say that.
You know the whole Who Shot Phil storyline?
Yeah.
Were you in on that or not? What's the real story there?
No, I wasn't in on that. You know, I think I was told about six weeks before we actually filmed the episode of the reveal about who it actually was that shot him.
Right, okay.
And it's a big secret, you know, and it's very difficult to keep.
Okay, of course. Right, listen, I've no time to chat. I'm just going to look at... What?
Someone shot Phil!
Yeah.
Where have you been?
Oh, see.
I'll explain later, matey. I've got to press on purely for reasons.
Someone shot Phil.
No, Zeke, it was ages ago, please.
Yeah,
It was a long
It's our
time
last
ago.
interview, for goodness sake, man!
Listen, we've got a game, and it's a good game.
It's a ridiculous game.
It is. But basically, you've been in EastEnders for a while now.
3.5 years now,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know all about your chums, which is why we're going to play Soap Opera EastEnders Special. And I think, Zag, is it going to be good news?
Yes, indeed, because myself and Zig are well-respected opera divas.
Right.
We will sing you the description of fellow EastEnder characters in an opera style.
From any show? From any show? Just from
EastEnders.
EastEnders. Okay.
You've got to guess.
Of course.
Yeah, you've got to guess who the character is that we're crooning about.
Tell us what you're thinking as you go. It's good. Okay.
Okay, Zig.
Vile.
Okay, here we go. He's very lippy. He runs a chippy.
Ian Bale.
Phil Mitchell
easy.
from... Let us get the punchline in, though, dear.
Sorry, don't tell me that.
Let us get the punchline in.
All right, get on with it then.
Okay, next one.
She's been there from the very start. Her offer has a dicky heart. She's a self-faced
so-and-so miserable.
What are you thinking, Lisa?
I'm thinking mother-in-law.
Yeah.
Yes,
Pauline Fowler.
Yay! Okay, you'll like this one.
Okay.
Good luck.
She's got a brother. He's called Robbie. He's less attractive than his doggy. She gave away her baby.
She plays the trumpet, but not lately.
Quiz on,
Yes, it is.
Okay.
We gotta go.
Okay,
Listen,
finally.
thank you so much. It's
Thank you.
Lucy, it's been great to have you. Our last guest ever on the Crunch, ladies and gentlemen. Now to a break.
Alright guys, so we heard from you earlier, you got every single question correct and I thought that went well, so good luck with our second instalment. Here's the here's the first question. What was the date of Chris Evans's final
Superfan Parry?
29th of September 1994.
Is the right answer.
Okay, on what date did Amanda Byram lose her... No, sorry, on what did Amanda Byram make her appearance on The Big Breakfast?
Superfan Sissons.
Was it the first week in January 2001? 7th of January?
I need you to be more specific.
7th. 8th.
What?
9th, 8th, 7th?
No, it's the wrong answer. It's your first wrong answer. Tell him, Amanda.
It was the 22nd of January.
Okay. Well, no, that's the first mistake. Come on, they've got about 6 out of 7. Here we go to the next one. What was the date, and they will know this, I think, what was the date of the 2000th show?
Superfan Parry.
24th of May 2000.
It's the right answer.
What was the date of Gabby Roslin's last show?
Superfan Parry.
12th of January 1996.
Yes! You boys are hot.
You reckon, what is mine? Oi! No, Lindsay, stop hanging. They're not sad, they're enthusiasts, and we love them. Oi, what's my middle name?
Mary.
No?
Superfan Parker.
How am I supposed to know that?
I don't know, I thought I'd catch you out, it's not on the card. Actually, it's Paul, which I thought you'd like to know. Alright, listen, guys, thank you very much. Yes,
Peters in blue.
No, shut up, you. Talk to you later.
Anymore.
Thank you very much, Superfans. Be grateful. Now, it's time to say, where are you?
Well, I'm still in Peterborough, and a very prestigious morning for me in a very... Stevenage. What am I doing? Peterborough's lovely, though. Yeah, I'm sure the sun's shining up there. Yeah. This is Pete Parry. We knocked on his door earlier on and said, can we bury a big breakfast time capsule in your garden? He agreed, you're mad.
I know, yeah.
But I'll tell you what, we've had some terrific memories on the Big Breakfast. We really have. So, look, we didn't know what to put in our time capsule. We deliberated, we delegated, we asked people from all over the country what we should put in. First of all, we're putting a pride of a Stevenage badge in there to tell people if they open it in 30 years' time where it was actually buried, just in case this place changes over the years. So look, you've got all the bits of memorabilia. Start loading them in. First of all, we have the sound effects from the Big Breakfast. Yay! Some of the fantastic sound effects we've had over the years, including game show music, da 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 da, the comedy thump. Who could forget that? And look at this. We have the Big Breakfast wig. No show would be complete without a wig, so put that in there, please. We have the blueprint for the Wheel of Cheapness. So if somebody opens it in 30 years' time, they can actually play that many hours. We have the Comedy Lobster. Let's put that in there. It makes you laugh just looking at it. We've got the Spangly Cloth. Yeah, fantastic. And do you remember this? It's the Wonga Bar. Oh, hang on, let's just throw it in there. There you go, fantastic. Okay, now look, I'm going to sacrifice a bit of myself for part of the Big Breakfast. Tom, you've got the job of doing it. Oh! It's a bit of Keith Chegwin body hair. And look, Tom, you've written something very special on here. Could you read it out to the nation?
Important document. Should an era dawn when TV executives return to their senses, please reconstitute the DNA from Chegwin's chest hair, attached, to produce a popular entertainer who will lead you through the murky depths of mediocrity to televisual enlightenment.
Fantastic. Thank you, Tom. Put it in there. OK, we're going to seal it up. Pete, if you'd like to take it over to its final resting place, and I'll get a few words from Hugh over here, Mayor of Stevenage. Hugh, give us a few words, please.
Well, this is the last link with the Big Breakfast in Linkways, Stevenage.
Okay, and there it goes. And look, we pause for thought now, and so should you at home. Yes, a little bit of quiet, please, as we reminisce and remember the days of the big breakfast. We remember the great years, the producers, directors, researchers, runners, the cameramen, sound crew, production assistants and more, who may have been paid a pittance but have given their all to produce this great era of TV. The presenters, Chris Evans, Gabby Roslin, Zig and Zag, Mark Lamar, Paul Ross, Mark Little, Rick Adams, Sharon Davis, Richard Orford, Johnny Vaughan, Denise Van Houten, Zoe Ball, Lisa Tarbuck, Angela Rippon and more. Over 6,000 hours of non-stop television live into your homes each day has come to an end. But in 30 years' time, they may have forgotten it, but here in Stevenage will be a marked memory for our past. A round of applause, please. Thank you. It's one small step for man, but a giant leap of the memory kind in that capsule as we've buried the big breakfast. It's a bit emotional for me. I'm going to have to go back to the house. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Wow. Thank you. Keith, it's Richard. Can you hear me?
I certainly can, Richard. I've recovered now, just.
Keith, it is, joking apart, that was a triumph, that outside broadcast, but also, I would imagine genuinely for you, today is an emotional day, isn't it?
Oh, I can't. No, I'm going to be serious just for a minute. We've had a bit of a laugh and a joke. The capsule is dead serious. But can I just say, I had a fantastic 2.5 years on The Big Breakfast. And what's nice is to hear from every presenter that's worked on the show. It's been the only show in 35 years of working on TV where I've been allowed to have my head and do what I like. It is a presenter's show. And it's a great shame that we've lost it. It really is.
All right, thank you.
Anyway, can I just say thanks to everybody? Cheers.
All right, thank you, Keith Chegwin. All right, thank you, mate. Also, Matt, watch this. Watch this next feature. You will enjoy it, I guarantee. For the nation, the Big Breakfast changed the face of television, but for some people, it changed more than that. It changed their entire lives. Here is one such person.
Okay. First of all, Val, I've got to press on, so first of all, tell us your full name.
Val Gallagher.
Okay, where are you from?
St Albans.
Okay, when were you first on The Big Breakfast?
On a nightside broadcast in '94.
Okay, now the big question, drum roll please. Val, did The Big Breakfast ruin or make your life?
It ruined my life.
The Big Breakfast ruined my life.
Thank you. So, Val, tell us exactly how we ruined your life.
Well, Keith Chegwin knocked on our door in the morning and he persuaded my boyfriend to marry me.
Okay. I know that since then things haven't gone well, but let's see that moment now.
We've got a letter from Val Robbins, who's been going out with her partner for about 8 years. To date, he's asked her to marry her 3 times. He's always said yes, but they've never got round to it. Are you Paul Gallagher?
Yes.
I won't ask you for ID, the body's enough. Is your girlfriend Val Robbins?
Yes.
Is it true that you proposed to her last Christmas?
Yes.
Is it true that you proposed to her last Valentine's?
I can't remember the precise days.
Okay.
I was drunk at the time. I can't remember the precise days.
And what did she say each time?
She said yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you still keen to get married?
Oh, very.
Well, down the road, right, we've got a registry office for you. We've got a registrar standing by. What's the answer?
Yes.
By virtue of the vows you have just made, I now declare you man and wife.
Oh, lovely. Can I say congratulations?
Much,
well
Keith.
done, Paul.
Thanks for everything
well
this
done,
morning.
Val. Very emotional, isn't it? How'd you feel? Hey.
I don't know.
Oh, gosh.
Hey, you're not supposed to cry, you're supposed to be
Hey,
happy
look,
now.
we've got a honeymoon sorted out for them. I'll reveal their exact information about that a little bit later on. What a day.
So, Val, it looked like a happy occasion to me. What went wrong after that?
We got divorced.
We got divorced! Now, would you say that it was the biggest mistake of your life?
Not the biggest, but it was a big mistake, yes.
Oh, right, I'd love to know what was bigger. Haven't the time.
No.
Now, listen, it is our last show, and we are trying to clear the air with people. I hope this goes some way to mending fences and building bridges, as it were. The Big Breakfast would like to humbly apologise for ruining your life. We hope that one day you'll come to forgive us, but in the meantime, we offer this rolled-up piece of paper as a replacement for your lost husband.
Thank you.
Thank you. OK. We've got an extraordinary final hour. Please stick around. We're back after this. All right, now, it's the finale of a very special outside broadcast. Mike McClean has been looking for a new home for our giant Big Breakfast gnome.
Yeah.
I believe it's in place. Mike, is it all systems go?
It is all systems go, Richard, and I'm pleased to tell you and the viewers that we've reached its final location. It's Spreeltje home. Yes, viewers, for the first time ever, I'm going to reveal now the new home. It is, of course, the offices of Channel 4. This is the home of the powers to be. It's the very least we could do after all this stuff they've given us over the last 9.5 years. And doesn't it look at home? But viewers, this is the one shot you're going to remember the gnome and Mike McClean for. Viewers, hold the applause for this! Yeah! Sure of that, it's that. Well, Richard, that's all from me. It's back to you.
Mikey, you were right. It was all systems go. What are you going to do now, my friend?
Richard, it's time for Squeaky McClean to come back to the house.
Take it, Mikey, and he's away! He's away! All right, over here. He's doing that also for security reasons.
Oh, listen, can we see that gnome again? Because it's just the best shot I've seen for a long time. Let's have a look at that. Well,
all right.
I know who will probably never... Welcome back to the Big Breakfast. OK, now, we have been saying all morning that, yes, we are celebrating our 10th birthday early. That, of course, was a lie.
Well, I mean, it is nearly our 10th birthday, but that obviously there is a...
Not the reason,
yes.
really.
Yeah, there is something slightly more significant to tell you about, so I'm afraid that we have to kind of drop the mood, because it is, of course, today, ladies and gentlemen, it's the last show ever. You know, all right, so now please, silence for this. It is the end of an era for us. The Big Breakfast is a show that has changed the face of telly forever. Now, here is a chance to relive some of the high points and enjoy a tribute from some of the show's most familiar faces.
I love The Big Breakfast, featuring Chris Evans, Gabby Roslin, Zig and Zag, Paul Ross, Zoe Ball, Vanessa Phelps, Sarah Cox, Lisa Tarbuck, Denise Van Outen, and Johnny Vaughan.
Are we still practising, Gav, or is this it?
No, this is it.
Oh, my word, I can't believe it. It's the Big Breakfast here on Channel 4, live at 7 o'clock in the morning on Monday, September 28, 1992. I'm Chris.
And I'm Gabby.
10 to 7. The world was falling out of my bottom, honest to God. And it was about the 5th time I'd been to the toilet. I hadn't slept at all the night before. I was absolutely knackered, but the nervous energy was huge. And I went in the toilet and the handle came off and nobody knew where I was because they were all on the floor ready for the show. And somebody said, where the heck is he? And about a minute before, maybe a minute and a half, somebody said, are you in there? I said, I'm in it. The handle's come off, and they banged the door down. And it was good in a way because I was so like worried about getting out. I forgot all my nerves when we were on. Okay, I wish I was Richard.
I wish I was Judy.
But we're not. We will be in 12 months' time, maybe, if we're lucky.
The very first show, I remember walking over the bridge with Chris and one of the bosses, and he said to us, you do realise that this is going to be one of the biggest shows that you can imagine, and it's going to change your life. And Chris and I are going, don't be silly.
Come and have a look in the house. Come and have a look in the house.
I'll wait out
here. Okay, you wait there.
I will.
Leave her out in the cold. This is our lovely house. It's a real house. This is our lovely hall. This is our lovely living room. Hello. And this is everybody that's going to say good morning to you. And this is our lovely family here from Liverpool. Genuine family. They're real, they're not actors, and they're the Molyneux from Liverpool. I just remember being the happiest I've ever been, the tightest I've ever been, and the most automatic I've ever been. You know, you just didn't think about it. It was like breathing.
I was being paid to have a great time, to meet incredible people, and to work with Chris Evans. And no matter what anybody says, I will not have a bad word said about him, because he's very special to me.
You're an expert, are you? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Right.
You're going to leave now? Go on then! We didn't rehearse his exit. I said this needed rehearsal. And then I used to have all these temper tantrums all the time, because I was just on it, you know, mad, totally mad. And I used to think everybody listened to everything I said, and they let me think that they did, but they didn't. And then I used to walk out, and then Gabby used to just sort it all out and come back. They'd do what I asked, but only because Gabby had asked. And I thought I was like, you know, ruling the roost, and she was the queen of the whole thing, you know. Welcome to the show. It's Tuesday here. Hello, good morning. Big breakfast, as always. There's a very special...
You're not going to be able to read that.
I'll tell you what, I'm not doing this bit. I'm going inside, because there was no need for that.
Where's that? What do you want me to do it then?
We did 2 hours of total ad-libbing television every day, with an amazing team of people, the producers, and you know, everyone always thinks that it was just the two of us. Well, actually, and you know, and Paula as well, who was an incredible character, and sadly missed.
Pierce Brosnan, the most. I mean, could he be more handsome? Could he be more handsome? Look at this face.
It's makeup, folks. It's makeup.
Look at these feet.
Yes, I know.
If nothing else, they're a size 15.
Paula was late. Paula was often late. And when she was late, it was everybody else's fault. And it was never Paula's fault, right? Nothing was ever Paula's fault. And that was one of her... She got away with it big time. That was one of her charms. It just... Nothing was her fault.
This is the big breakfast, and of course this is travel.
I forgot the trailer.
I forgot what I was meant to say. Can you imagine that I would forget that? He's got stuck in the nets. Go, 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 go.
Oh, gosh! Oh, it's all wet.
Oh, Keith. I mean, what a star Keith is. Amazing. The man with more energy than anyone I've ever met.
Isn't it true during the swap shop days that you didn't wear underpants on TV because you didn't want to show your knicker line?
Yeah, all right.
Okay, that's one.
Yeah,
okay, next one. This is I am dead. I am dead.
One of my very stupid thing, but when Chris fell over the chair.
Is what mad
And Chris and I were hysterical. That's what I remember we laughed. We just laughed all the time.
Things got boring, or there was a bit of a lull. I just used to lean back on my chair just a bit too much. I just thought I'll fall over. Anything would do. Do you know what I mean? That was great. There's no, and also we didn't have anything to lose. So let's, you know, if it gets boring, somebody fall off the chair. That'll do. You know, and it usually did. This is Gabby's poem. One day there was a little dog. It was called Andrew, and he loved flowers. What? He loved to pick them. One day Andrew went to the park and he saw a buttercup and he picked it. Anybody spotted a rhyme so far? Gabby is a fantastic woman and an utter professional, but she's one of the biggest prudes I've ever met. You know, she's actually cold, she's so frigid.
We have Joe the blanket keeper, please. If you could just put the blanket over me and over John.
Okay.
Could you? Yes, over. Yeah, ready? Okay.
She put this light up lolly in her mouth, you know, and it was a very, well, it was a very saucy image.
Oh my God! Yes, me having to go down on the big breakfast under a blanket.
This is how to find your lollipop in the dark.
What time's the bus?
Huh?
What time's the bus?
About half an hour. Yeah, the big breakfast. I mean, we were there from day one, you know.
We were.
You doing probably.
We actually did the pilot for this show.
Yeah.
Well.
We walked into the room like we're aliens just off our spaceship.
Yeah.
Went into a house over in, where was it?
Greenwich. Greenwich.
Yeah.
At the time.
It was someone's house, and there was this sort of ginger-haired fella on the sofa.
7:23. Here we are in the big breakfast bathroom. With the crunch. Have you read this headline today?
It's the crunch.
Aliens from space landed, and here they are. It doesn't get any better than Zing and Zag, you know. To be that funny all the time, having to do so much every day, is sort of impossible. You know, you got the Muppets, you got all these other people who are brilliant, no doubt about that, but have got weeks and weeks to get it all together. You know, and Zig and Zag were on every day, and were always funny.
Can I just say a tip to people that hamster food doesn't really taste like muesli? Yeah, Evans was cool, wasn't he?
He was great. I mean, we always got on well.
We always got on well with him.
We used to do loads of stuff at the weekend. They spend, you know, used to have Zig and Zag every day on the Big Breakfast. I used to spend most Saturdays and Sundays with them as well.
Except for the time that he, in real life, moved into our apartment in the East End, down on
Can I stay for the weekend?
Yeah. I remember there'd be a problem because the press are after me because I just split up with my wife.
Can I stay for the weekend?
Stayed
Stayed for 3 months.
Stayed for 3
Get
months.
out, Evans.
Each time we have a quarrel,
it almost breaks my heart.
We actually didn't want to do his last show because we knew we weren't going to be able to cope, and we didn't.
There were tears everywhere else, and to this day I don't know whether they were sadder than me or happier than me that I was going. I don't know, they were either dead happy or dead sad.
See you, Chris.
See you, Toby.
Miss you, Chris. See you later.
I remember they showed a VT of the stuff that we did, and that had me in floods. Gabby was heartbroken, I think. I think I was as well.
I did it my way.
Somebody else do this.
Ha ha! Are you Jackie? Yeah. Jackie, good morning. I'm Paul Ross from the Big Breakfast. Let us in. I normally turn up, crawl out of my bed about 6:30, get on set for about 10 to 7, on air at 10 past, have me sunglasses on. Where are we? They tell me. Where are you, Paul? I'm in Bolton. I'm in Great Grimsby. I'm in Westcliff-on-Sea here. I'm in me house on the glorious Costa del Sol. We'd end the OB and suddenly you'd hear a noise, an urban dawn chorus. Everybody hoovering their houses. Everybody getting ready for the arrival of the Big Breakfast. We are responsible for more full vacuum cleaner bags than any other TV programme ever. Oh, what a slut's den. What a place. Oh, Jackie, come here. You should be ashamed of yourself. Look at this. It sounds corny, it sounds cliched, but my fondest memory of the Big Breakfast has got to be the fact that it made me miss the birth of one of my daughters.
Paul is going to have to call his wife very, very shortly because there could be some news. We don't know what it is. We've just had somebody come.
Hey.
We've got her live on the phone. Quick.
Carrie, can you hear me? I've got the phone. How are you, right?
Yes.
Oh, what's the matter? What is it? What's happened?
I've had a little girl.
Oh, fantastic! Oh, how big was it?
I don't know. I haven't had time to measure it yet.
How big is it?
It's only been out about 30 seconds.
Oh, no!
My last day was, I just thought I'm not going to hold it together, and I did until they played Chris. They brought a radio in, and they made me put the radio on, and it was live going out because Chris was doing his radio show.
I believe that also today she's leaving work, so Gabby, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, this next record is especially for you, and I believe that the reason she's leaving, and nobody knows this yet, is that very soon there's a little Roslyn on the way. Bye, Gabby. Bye.
No, I'm not having a baby, thank you.
The news broke that Gabby was going to leave, and I got a call saying, you know, would you be interested? And to be honest, I couldn't believe it when I got the part.
It's Monday, 15th of January, 1996, and it's actually Zoe Ball's first day on the telly, and she's a little bit late. Zoe Ball! It's me. Oh, incredibly active. Did we all... Come on, Zoe.
Zoe.
Through the patio door. Here she comes. Through the door. Oh! Oh! Careful there, Zoe.
It went really well.
Morning, Zoe Ball.
Morning, Mark. I think it was the 1,000th show. And they got Keith and I, because I was actually terrified of flying, and they'd obviously got Keith and I at the end of the week. When, on a Friday, you'd just be so knackered, you're just sitting there going, yeah, whatever guest, yeah, fine. Robert De Niro's in next week? Fine, cool. And they'd obviously said to us, we want you to jump out of a plane to land on the, 1,000th show, big entrance. And we were both like, yeah, sure, fine. And the next thing we know, we're in a car travelling down the motorway, looking at each other going, hang on a minute, what's going on? We're about to jump out of a plane.
Zoe's about to do a jump. Good luck, Zoe.
I have to say, this is the most fantastic
life. But right now, here's Pete Smith, Big Breakfast News and Weather.
Vanessa was great. She kind of came in and she was like a big sister. She just kind of take me aside and say, "So, you're all right. Come on, be tough, be strong."
We're really
nervous.
Emanator on the...
People like worrying. Honestly, we're really
Feel
nervous.
nervous.
We feel ill, actually. My most controversial interview, the one with the biggest friction and altercation, was of course with Miss Piggy.
And Miss Piggy.
Oh, you talking to me?
Oh, I'd love to.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
I'm just a major superstar, and you talk to the frog and the thing.
What a... She was horrible to me. And in fact, Mark Little, who was one of the presenters in those days, was equally insulted by her. And at the end of the show, he whispered under his breath to me, "Vanessa, I think we ought to roast that pig." And I agreed with him. She was horrible.
Well, how long have you been an interviewer?
Years, but never again after today. Tell me.
You're showing a bit too much leg, dear.
Still to come.